name is Sharif Alexandre. I'm the founder of XIPWIRE. XIPWIRE is a service that enables people to send and receive money with a text message. And it sounds kind of, depending on where you are in life, that either sounds really cool or really scary or really exciting, you know. The idea of it came from a simple, your everyday situation where I was going out to lunch with Sibyl, actually, and we've been friends forever. So we go out to lunch, we split the bill, and there's generally there's always that time where one person picks up the bill and the other one just pays them back. Well, that day she picked up the bill and I didn't have any cash to pay her back. And what happened was that I got a text message at that moment when the bill came, and I didn't have any cash. And I'm like, well, wouldn't it be just cool just to pay you back with a text message? And it was sort of like, and I got the typical, honestly, like, oh yeah, that'd be such a cool idea. Like, not that it would ever be possible to do. And I'm like, well, that can't be that hard.
My name is Sibyl Lindsay. I'm the co-founder of XIPWIRE and the EVP of Sales and Marketing. So when he talked to me about XIPWIRE and just sending money with a text message, it was really, I'm not an early adopter of technology. I wasn't, and so I was like, okay, yeah. And I was definitely one of those people that you show it to me, and then I'll talk to you more about it. Sounds cool. It sounds great. But then when we were out to lunch, and he said, what if I can just pay you the text message? And he came back and had this platform built. He showed it to me. I was like, okay, it's real now.
I do remember a defining moment was when I graduated college, and my first job out of school was working as an engineer at Lockheed Martin. And there was this, when you walk in the halls of that, it's a defense contractor, so it kind of has this big, like, institution feel, really thick, solid walls and green paint, and it was just this kind of like, wow, like really oppressive kind of environment that you're in. And I'm like, all right, it's a job out of college, I'm gonna, just sort of get my feet wet and sort of move on to bigger and better things later on. But, halfway through my first year, I ended up meeting this guy who was an engineer on the verge of retirement. And he looked at me with all seriousness and gave me this piece of advice. He's like, if you play your cards right, you could be sitting at my desk, 40 years from now or something like that. And that just freaked me out. That freaked me out. I'm like, that's the last thing I want to do. So it occurred to me pretty early on that if I don't want to be sitting in that seat, then I need to, I'm gonna have to take, it's not gonna fall on my lap. I'm gonna have to do things to, build the skill sets and position myself so that, one day I can run my own business.
My parents own their own business, so I've always known, and like Sharif said, it's been hard. I hate to say it, but it's been hard for me to work for other people. I love a team atmosphere, but I see how things could be done differently or better, and I'd want to change it and make it my own.
What I would call like the death of 1,000 little decisions, like the toughest part about the business isn't how I'm going to create this really cool part of the website, or how cool, like some technical thing that's, some technical challenge. It's what color scheme goes with your logo. It's what, who do you use for your printing? Who do you, it's all these little tiny decisions that no one else can make for you, and you can get advice from different people, and you start asking all these questions about, who do you use, and referrals are always great and that kind of thing. But it really is what I found the most challenging, with the tiny little decisions that weren't even really to your core business. It's just operational stuff that definitely need to be done and that have long-term impact. So coming from a technical background where my big problems have always been in solving some problem, I guess, some issue that needed to be coded away or designed away or solved in some way. It really, I think that the actual decision process and decision making of the minutiae of the company or what was unexpected and actually turned out to be a lot harder than you thought,
So I think the hardest thing is that we've learned that we need to grow in stages, and that's that's been hard for us because there's so many things that XIPWIRE can do. I call it the Swiss Army knife of mobile, mobile payments, and it really is. I mean, it's also hard for me when I go into a meeting to limit all the things I can tell you that it can do and stay focused.
So I think the key is believing in yourself. One, you have to believe in the idea itself that you're doing, but I think you also have to believe in yourself that this is something that you want to do, not because of some big financial reward at the very end, but because working on this project is going to be more rewarding than working at that desk, or that you may lose your shirt. I mean, but at the same time, I can't say that I can ever go back. Yeah, some days I question whether or not this is going to, was this the right move or whatever. But at the same time, I love what I do. I mean, I absolutely love it, and I think that drives, that keeps me going forward to the next day, and it gets you through those low periods. And I would also have to say that when I was working, on the coding side of it, where it was more of a solo effort before Sibyl joined, it's a lot harder to keep going by yourself. So I think having a partner or a partnership or a team that you can work with and rely on, it's going to be very rare that both of you guys are down in the dumps at the same time. So when one person is down, there is that other person or other people in the team to sort of like keep the momentum going.
My husband and I are very big on, you got to give things a shot, you got to go out there and do it. I do push hard, and I want my son to try things. At the end of the day, don't look back and be like, I had an idea and it would have been, just try it. Try it, stay up every night and work on it when you come home from your day job, and then when you can transition, just do it. But don't just always sit there and be like, it'd be cool if I could do the following. You have to try it.